So I put all my videos on private, and I'm just making this one because of questions that I had raised. Stretch feels so good. Morning stretch. Because I go down thought trails that other people don't go down when it comes to questions about God and creation. They think of a divine deity who's been alive for billions, millions, trillions, thousands, hundreds of years, depending on their paradigm, their belief structure. That's all a paradigm is. It's a belief structure. It's a thought structure that our mind lives in, and therefore we live in. That's what we're going to have experiences reflecting, supporting that reality. Unless it's not healthy for us, and then things come in and blow it up for us. We're introduced to new thought patterns, new belief patterns, and we can choose to resist them, or we can choose to rectify that with what we had been believing. So I was struggling yet again with the whole God is described in the Bible and Jesus thing. And it's funny because I've had the reason that I struggle so hard with what I perceive as character flaws is because I haven't had experiences that have produced such miracles becoming manifest through me, healings of other people and myself. Things people call miracles, they abound throughout my life. The right thing coming in at just the right time. And so that's why I struggle so hard, because I see qualities such as things that could have been different with the way Jesus walked on the earth, or the way that mankind and even gods and angels could have been dealt with before human beings came along. So I just let it go, because I didn't want to go down that thought path. Not because I felt dirty or sinful, but just that I don't want to get into a state of resentment of anything, anyone, anywhere, at any time. I just don't like being there. And so I was given a visual. I was like, okay, Jesus, why are you giving this to me? Because, I haven't been such a good girl. Am I thinking here towards you? And no, the answer came. So I'm going to give the illustration. This is how I was able to relate to it. When we're a woman and we get pregnant, we aren't always aware right off. We aren't aware at the moment of conception. When I was 21, I got married. I got pregnant. And I was 21. It was the 80s. I'm getting married. I'm celebrating. And this is after I got married, celebrating. Because I'm 21. And I can finally drink legally. But I threw up. Because typical of people in the 80s, we drank before it was legal. It's like, so I was used to alcohol. I didn't know why I suddenly burped and throw up came out of my mouth, and I was all embarrassed. And I never threw up because of alcohol before, but I treated the symptoms. it wasn't until later that I found out the whole reason that I had that symptom was because I was pregnant and I couldn't tolerate alcohol. And so it's the same way. If you were a void and you had a desire and you're accustomed to experiencing the fulfillment of that desire, and it's all in the feeling levels, you're just going to react to an undesired feeling, sense, a symptom, until you wake up to, oh, there's more than me going on here. Of course, we know how we got pregnant, you know. We had parents there to teach us. But that which is the only thing ever in existence has no concept of parents and conveyance of the concept of pregnancy, being pregnant with something, never mind giving birth in our sleep like a bear during hibernation, you know. So I was able to come to terms with different behaviors that I held in question, and that helps me to further understand why things have been allowed to go as far, and if we're experiencing time as long as they have. Because if I was, again, 21, but knew I was pregnant, well, obviously I wouldn't have drank alcohol. But once I had, and once I knew, only then could I take steps to avoid that happening again. And so it is throughout creation. Maybe early on interactions, God had no tolerance. That which is in all, throughout all, had no tolerance. Angels, us, we're just symptoms. Not understood. Like, okay, it works when I crush things, I'm gonna crush it. Well, that didn't work out so well. I feel regret, I feel remorse. Where does this come from? You know? So, and you know, we go through stages where we just sit back, we get depressed, we're like, this doesn't work, it hurts my heart to handle it this way, I just don't even know what to do about it anymore. And if we're made in the image of God, we're going to go through the same cycles, ups and downs in processing of emotions and becoming conscious of things in a similar way. And the reason my videos are not popular, like, most of the human population can't get past worshiping rulers or rebellious idols, you know, people that they've idolized. They get enchanted by movie stars and singers, okay? So there is no way they could wrap their head around or even venture into having a compassionate understanding about that which we call God. I'm just in a different realm and paradigm of thought and belief and experience than most people are. And to make understanding and say compassionate understanding towards God and Jesus, what do they need that for? You know, you're attributing, especially in Christian circles, you do not attribute human qualities to God. We just are to say, well, his ways are higher than our ways. that works. You're allowed to stay in that paradigm. Because obviously, the concept of compassionate understanding between that which we call God and us, going vice versa, is not within their paradigm. And it is perfectly fine to say, I don't understand this, but I know that I work with Jesus. I feel better about myself. Life makes more sense, and my life goes better. So I'm sticking with that. You woman, you're crazy. I'm crazy. I'm a demon. I got demons. Good for you. Demon just means that which is in opposition. Yeah, my existence does kind of oppose that kind of paradigm. Not intentionally. I'm not going knocking on doors like, oh no, you all have to understand God at this level. Oh no, you gotta understand Jesus at this level. You gotta see it from... No, we're not all made to be in the same place. Let that be. I can let that be. But they may not be able to receive me, is what it is. So I'm not the one in opposition, being the demon, but I'm gonna let you go. I'm being a demon because I have compassionate understanding as to why you would not want to take it here to my level and paradigm of interaction and understanding. See how that goes? And so that's why I don't just go around calling things demon and irredeemable. Because if anything is irredeemable, then God is irredeemable. And there's nothing irredeemable about God. And Jesus Christ made that possible. So, I show appreciation for both.